For instance, when I first learned about the gifts of the Spirit, Pastor Bill Johnson, 36 years ago, was teaching a whole year on the 9 gifts of the Spirit. And he was teaching us about the word of knowledge. And we were practicing. He was teaching us in the morning, and we were practicing in the night service. Very small church. And at nighttime, we'd have 60, 70 people. And so when we were learning about the word of knowledge, the application of it, remember, the gift is our ability, the ministry is a spiritual occupation, and the effect is a spiritual accomplishment. So we go, okay, let's give this gift of the word of knowledge an occupation. What occupation shall we give it? How about healer? How about we give this gift the occupation of healer? We hire it to be a healer. We go, okay, what are we going to do with this gift, word of knowledge? We're going to use it to heal people. So we would break up into groups and we would say, okay, I feel like the Holy Spirit is telling me that you have a problem in your third vertebrae in your neck. Is that true? Yes, it is. Wow, how'd you know that? Oh, did I get that right? That's kind of how it started. What was happening? We're using word of knowledge and we were given an occupation. What was the occupation? Healer. And what was and then what happens? It says that it has a certain effect. So what's the accomplishment of the word of knowledge here? That the person gets well, right? So that's how we started, way back 36 years ago. I took that gift and I started thinking about, wait a second, if that ability, could I hire that ability for another occupation and a different accomplishment? Because Bill was teaching us that to seek the kingdom first, and there is no second. Like he was teaching Sunday after Sunday that once you receive Jesus Christ, you're actually a part of a royal priesthood, and there is no 2 classes of people. The difference is only where is your ministry. So he taught us for instance, the worship leaders here, they lead worship with guitars. But because I offer my body as a living sacrifice, I worked as a mechanic, and my worship instruments were tools. Well, when I was turning wrenches, I was worshiping the King. Because my spiritual occupation was mechanic, and I did it as unto the Lord, and I offered my body as a living sacrifice. So what I did, I made beautiful music with wrenches and screwdrivers, and it was just as acceptable as what they were doing with music. Does that make sense? And so I started having this thought, and Bill said, there's no such thing as a secular job as soon as you receive Jesus, because everything you do from that day on is sacred. I'm like, well, that's a great idea. Like, you can give a glass of water to someone, and it's sacred. So, I'm working. I own 3 repair shops, and I'm thinking, you know what? I can take this one gift, and I can hire it to do a different thing. And so I said, I wonder if Holy Spirit knows anything about cars. Now, I know it sounds kind of funny right now, but I'm like, of course he knows about bodies because he created them. But he didn't actually create cars. So one day I was working on this car, and I literally had worked on it, I think, a couple of days. And it was in the early days of computer cars. You probably remember these days. You drive down the road and your car quits for no particular reason. The tow truck picks it up, it takes it to the shop. They get it to the shop, it starts up and drives again for 3 more days. Like, I owned shops in those days. And so I drove cars around for days. Like, you leave your car with me, I drive your car around for days. As soon as it quits, I have all these meters. I would jump out of the car, try to fix it. It was one of those deals, right? Well, I had worked on this one particular truck. It was actually a General Motors truck. And I had worked on it for 2 days, and I couldn't get it to start. And I had done everything. I even called the dealer. I had I had wiring harnesses out. I had wiring diagrams from a book. I had wiring diagrams faxed me from the dealer. I could not figure out everything in this thing. It looks like it should run, but it wouldn't run. So the second day, it's at night. My guys all went home. I said to my guys, I'm going to stay late and I'm going to fix this thing. So That night, I'm literally leaning on the fender like this, and I'm thinking, I have done everything I could think of. I have no idea what's wrong. I had to replace parts. I've done everything I know to do. And I had this thought, I wonder if the word of knowledge works with cars. Seriously, adversity introduces a man to himself, and adversity is the mother of invention, right? So I'm leaning like this, and I thought, well, there's no one else around. And you know, the way we did it with people is we laid hands on them, right? So I'm like, look around, and I lay hands on the fender of this truck, this blue Sierra Pacific truck, and I say, Holy Spirit, do you know what's wrong with this truck? And if you do, tell me right now. And instantly, I get this. Instantly. There's a diode under the right front fender, and it's broken. Now, I know I wouldn't think that for two reasons. One, the wiring diagram does not show a diode under the right front fender. And I have tore the wiring out of this truck. So I'm like, and secondly, I didn't even know the thing had a diode at all, anywhere. So I go, well, okay, what do I got to lose? So I put it up on the rack, and I look up there, and of course it has all this undercoating under it. And I look up under the undercoating, kind of peel back the undercoating. I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a diode under there. Oh, one of the ends of it's broken off. Literally, I solder the diode back on, and the truck starts, boom. And I have a whole new occupation.